4th of July brought tons of storms all through Metro Detroit, and a lot of commercial buildings took a lot of damage. Which means if you're like a lot of property owners, you're wondering, do you have storm damage on your commercial roof? And if so, do you get a new roof through your insurance? Well, that's what today's breaking down, specifically how to identify proper storm damage on your commercial building after the recent storms that we've had. So, number one question is, how the heck do you identify it? With commercial roofs, the simple answer is, unlike residential homes you can often see from the ground, most commercial roofs are going to require an inspection. There gets to be some detailed reasons why, because there's some highly technical signs that go overlooked by most property facility managers and building owners. So step one is you got to get a qualified inspection after a storm on your commercial building. Two, if you are experiencing water coming in, you should take immediate action to stop the water from coming in. It is your obligation as the building or facility manager for that property in accordance with your insurance policy. So you should take emergency preventative measures to stop the water coming in. So with that all set, we got those two out of the way. There's four main signs of storm damage for commercial buildings here in Metro Detroit. They are wind, hail, falling debris, and the little known one and overlooked often, ice dams. Now, ice dams aren't going to happen in July, but we're going to talk about what to look for. So with the first one, wind on commercial roofs, specifically we're talking about flat roofing. Yes, once you get up there, you may see the membrane has been blown up and is flapping, exposing the roof deck or the insulation or whatever is underneath that membrane. Absolutely telltale sign you got some wind damage. The other big one, though, is a lot of commercial buildings have what we call parapet walls, or just walls that the membrane runs up. What can happen with a flat roof is as the wind is ripping over at high speeds, it can create a negative air pressure vacuum and actually pull up the membrane, removing it from however it was adhered down to the roof. So this would be like mechanically fastened, rhino bonded, fully adhered. So if you go up there and you see billows flapping with your membrane, but it's still adhered everywhere, that can be a major sign that you have storm damage that has compromised that flat roofing membrane. Hail. So there's two membranes that make it really easy to spot, the number one being PVC. Hail on a PVC roof, you'll see a center dot and you'll literally see fracture rings coming out from the center, almost like a Doppler radar. That is a great sign. We call them spiral fractures, that you have hail damage on your PVC, and it can happen that way also on TPO, not always. EPDM makes it a little bit more difficult, right? EPDM is rubber, the hail bounces, it provides greater impact resistance. For that roof really to be damaged, what we have to look for is, did it compromise the structure and the integrity underneath it, meaning your insulation boards? It's compromised different systems like that, which is why you need a qualified inspection up there to identify these. Debris. Debris is pretty straightforward. You know, occasionally you'll get a flying tree limb, some sort of debris, maybe a piece of the building blew off and now has punctured the roof. We see that very often. Debris is pretty straightforward. Once you get up on the roof, you're going to see something that has penetrated the roof. Often it's still lodged in there that now needs to be removed and replaced. And the fourth one, ice dams. Ice dams are an act of God. The key here is you got to catch it when it happens, and where you're going to see it most often is on the perimeters of the roof or around the drains, where that ice damming has actually ruptured and started to pull and separate the membrane from the roof decking or the insulation board, allowing water to get in. It's a tough fight, but it is absolutely qualified act of God storm damage. So those are the signs of it. So if you see it up on your roof, next question is, hey, should I make a claim? And am I getting a new roof through my property insurance? It all depends. This is again why you need a qualified inspection. And what does it depend on? The severity of the damage. Where? The composition of your roofing system, right? These are all factors in addition to What does your policy state? What is your deductible? These are all factors that go into whether or not you should make a claim. So if you think you have storm damage, if you're concerned you have storm damage, we would love to help you. We have the qualified experts who understand these things, who know what to look for, and can give you prescriptive advice whether or not it would warrant making a claim on your commercial building. The best advice I can give you is give us a call, 586-566-0308, or schedule your appointment and inspection right online through our website at kanga-roof.com. And if you're enjoying this content, again, remember to hit the like and subscribe button. We're always trying to come up with helpful and impactful tips that are going to make your life easier as a commercial property or residential homeowner to better care for your home or building. As always, I hope you found some benefit out of this video, and most of all, I hope you have a Kangarific day.